Welcome. In this video, we'll break down everything you need to know to tie this essential knot like a pro. Whether you're a seasoned woodsman or a novice looking to elevate your skills, this comprehensive tutorial will provide step-by-step instructions, tips, and tricks to help you achieve the perfect hitch every time.
Did you know that the trucker's hitch is my favorite knot? In this video, I'm going to explain how to tie the trucker's hitch, where we can use it, and how we can use it to set up our tarps in camp. When we're starting the trucker's knot, we're going to attach the one end where you can use a bow line, a toggle, just make a loop and secure it with a toggle. And this is really basically the same idea with the trucker's hitch. Is we can try and tension this line as tight as we can, and then we try and tie it off, and what do you know, it's loose. So how do we take up that slack? Well, that's where the trucker's hitch comes in, and this is one of my favorite tools to use around the campsite. So I start off, and there's many ways. Some people talk about turning the key, but one of the ways that I really enjoy tying this is I take my hand and I say comfortable, comfortable, uncomfortable. And when I'm getting it in my hand in this position, it gives me the correct twist, which, as you can see, I just turn my wrists like so, grab a loop, a bite, and I've created a little loop here. Now what I do is take the end of my rope, put it through that loop, tighten it up, get it up the tree a little bit, tighten it up, and then, so I've got it cinched down. I can take the end here again, pass it through that loop one more time from the bottom side, and I got a self-locking trucker's hitch. See, that's it, it's tight. Here's a better view. As you can see, the end is terminal over there, tied up to here. And to loosen this off, all I do is just pull that through, pull that through. That's my hitch. And then, of course, this, how do you untie this, you say? Simple. You just simply, well, maybe not with one hand, but it just pulls out like that. So going over that again, review that. Remember, comfortable, comfortable, uncomfortable, and roll your hand around, grab the loop through. It's hard to do with one hand and trying to film at the same time here. And grab your loop like so. Right? So grab your loop. Remember, uncomfortable, roll your hand around, reach through the hole, and grab the rope. And by doing that, you will create a loop. Now with that loop, you grab the other end of the rope, you pass that through the loop like so, and you have your trucker's hitch, and you just cinch that up. Simple, right? You know, you're thinking, that's great, Jason, that's really easy for you to do, but how am I supposed to remember this? Well, the way I remembered it was that comfortable, comfortable, uncomfortable, where your hands flip over. So comfortable, comfortable, uncomfortable, because so I'm going to be setting up a shelter here to give you an example of how this actually would work. And I'm going to show you a little trick I use to grab grommets where there is no... I don't like attaching my tarps to these grommets. I like to actually grab it solid. So what I do is I find a pine cone. I will take my bank line and I will just simply stick the pine cone into the tarp like so. Take my bank line and just capture that pine cone in the tarp with a few wraps. Do a little slip knot so I can untie it. Like that. Now on the end of this, I'm just going to simply put a little overhand knot, make a loop. And I'll explain that in a second here. Little overhand loop, like so. You see how I've done that? So I've captured the tarp, and I've got a loop that I can use with a toggle to attach to my ridge line. So I'm just going to do the other side, and then we'll show you how this all goes up. Now I'm going to introduce to you how I use the Prusik loop. I'm going to make another video on this. These are really handy to use. Essentially, it's just a little loop of paracord tied with a double fisherman's knot at the end, so nice and strong. Now with the Prusik loop, basically it's a rope capture, a lot like the Truckers Hitch maybe in some ways, because it relies on friction. So take your loop, place it over top of your rope, pull it through the middle once, pull it through the middle twice, pull it through the middle 3 times, and then just draw it up. And as you're drawing it up, you may need to dress the knot a little bit so it's nice and even. But when you're done, it should look like that. So you got a loop. So now what I'm going to do is, I've got my loop on my tarp and my loop on my Prusik line. I'm going to put a toggle in here. So a toggle, a little stick like this. That's all I'm going to put in there. Pull that up. That's it. That is done. So now, back to my Truckers Hitch. This is where I can cinch my tarp up tight now. Look. Good enough. The tarp is up. See how quick that was? So as you can see, that's pretty much set up. And now it's so easy for me to adjust the tension on the tarp. Like, I can take the tarp down, I can sting it up. It's as easy as that. So again, pull your tension up, and then you just cinch it with this. When you pull it up tight, pinch it here, over, under, back through, and tie it off. Just a little half hitch will hold that good. And then of course you can put another walking hitch in there. It's really quick and easy to set up the shelter now. I'm just going to take a piece of a bank line that I have here, and I'm going to use it as a tie down thing. So simple overhead hand loop. I do have a paracord loop on my tarp already. Just going to grab a stick. I'm going to put my paracord loop through the bank line loop. Might be hard to see, it's a little dark in the forest here today. And now I've got my shelter set up in a couple of minutes, just like that. And that is how simple and quick it is to set up a quick bushcraft survival tarp using the Truckers Hitch and some Prusiks. This is another variation of the Truckers Hitch using Prusiks. So what I have here is, this is my pulling Prusik. So this actually is what will tension the line. After that, it comes from the Prusik, goes up around the tree, comes back down, and then I got another Prusik attached here, a soft shackle, and another Prusik. So this will be the progress capture. So everything we pull on this Prusik will be captured by these Prusiks. And then this is my pulling end. So all you got to do is pull that up like so. That's nice and tight. And then I just grab this, slide that up, and it holds itself, as you can see. So soft shackle to a Prusik, to a progress capture, which isn't even right, but it's working. So yeah, this is taut. I mean, I could get it even tighter. It's limited to this. I could actually make it even better and stick a carabiner in there, and then I'll have less friction. So pull this rope out and stick it through the carabiner, and then I will actually have less friction to be pulling on, because like so. So I could probably get it even tighter. Yep, just pulled another few inches. And then to capture it, I just slide this prusik up tight. Pretty cool, eh? How well can it hold, you say? Hold my weight. Except I don't have the balance, but yeah, it's holding my weight. So that's pretty strong. And now that I've stretched it a bit, I could probably even get some more tension out of it. Yep. Amazing. Do you ever wonder where else you could use the trucker's hitch? Here, I'm going to show you how you can use it as a hauling device. I'm going to demonstrate exactly how we put these Prusiks on, as you've been seeing. Remember, I told you I had a loop of rope. You can use paracord, you could use even bank line. I've tied Prusiks with bank line. And the key thing though is to make sure your Prusik is, you know, approximately half the diameter of your rope. If it's the same size, it won't grab as well. Prusiks can be used for a lot of things, but mainly for gripping the rope in line. So I have my Prusik and I have my double barrel knot right there holding them together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it by that knot, and I'm going to just drape it over the rope. So, you know, just drape it over the rope. And now I've got a loop down at the bottom here. I'm just going to pass my knot through that once, again through, and a third time through. And then when I draw this up, you'll see it just rolls itself around. You bring these together, you dress this knot just so it's nice and clean and even, and there you have a Prusik knot. So you can slide this down and you can pull on that as hard as you want, and then you can still slide it down. So that's the beauty of a Prusik knot. It can take a lot of weight. And to get it off, it's as simple as loosening the loop and just pulling it through like that, and it's off. And you just dress it up a bit like that, and there you go. And here's a sample of the self-locking trucker's hitch. As you can see, with one hand I can just pull it up. Oh, now it's not going to work, of course. And you can see it just locks itself in. Got tension line. Thanks for watching today. I'm going to give you a little bonus knot today. One thing that I think everybody should really know how to do. Everybody knows the bowline and the clove hitch. This is called the figure eight. So take a bend of your rope around the bottom and back through the hole. And that is a simple figure eight. Figure eights are useful. They're easy to untie. Just break them open. But I'm going to show you another little trick. It's called the figure eight follow through. Now figure eight's really simple, right? You just grab your rope around, back through, and out she comes. Well, that's simple, right? But what if you wanted to tie it around something that, say, you know, like this. So let's just pretend this is, you can't get onto this. So I've got my rope here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go 2 twists, take the end back through, and I've formed my 8. And then you simply just follow the knot back through. You see? Back through, underneath, through here, around here, and back through. And now you've created the same knot, but this is a follow through figure 8. So that's not coming off there now. And again, to untie these is as simple as just reversing the process. Just like that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Looking forward to doing some shelter videos really soon. I was talking to my friend last night, and I think he's a good on the go. So we're going to go out and do it a couple of days. We got some campfire cooking coming up, some Dutch oven lamb roast. That's going to be amazing. It's going to blow my mind. Can't wait for that. But yeah, make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to my channel, and you know, let me know in the comments. What's your favorite knot? How do you tie that? There's many ways to tie the trucker's hitch. How do you tie it? And I'd be interested to hear about that. So again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.